Hello, fiber friends. Charisse of Sew Hooked on Treasures. In our lesson, we're going to talk about rulers. Now, for those of you that are just getting started out and you go into a store and you see this just wall of rulers, where do you start? Where are the basics? Well, that's what I'm here to help you to figure out. Now, these are suggestions. You can totally do everything with one ruler or two, but I'm going to give you a few other options besides buying them all, but to make it a little bit more manageable, especially when you get into those smaller pieces or bigger blocks. So, first, the must-have is the 24 by 6 or 24.5 by 6.5, depending on the brand. I am a personal fan of the Olfa Frosted. You can see the frosted back here. It works great against light fabrics and dark fabrics with that frosting, so that's my personal preference. Either way, but get your 24 by 6. This is going to help you with cutting with the fabric strips, and it'll also help you with squaring up your quilts too. It's great. Now, to make it a little more manageable when you're doing the subcuts of your with the fabric strips, I like the 12 by 6. It makes it a little bit easier when you're working in this narrow with the fabric strip, and it's easier to move along your fabric. That's all. You can do it with the other one. I just like that it's smaller. Let's talk about square rulers. It's nice to have two different sizes. A smaller one, anywhere between 3.5 and a 5.5, and a larger one. This one happens to be 12.5. These help you with squaring up your smaller half square triangles and smaller blocks, and this helps you with squaring up your whole block if you need to. It's also good for getting those corners when you're squaring up your quilts to make sure you have a longer space to make sure it's nice and square. It's perfect for that. Now, bonus tip, if you like to make pillows, most of my pillows happen to be between 18.5 and 20.5. Creative Grids also makes a 20.5 inch ruler. It's fantastic. It's perfect. I love it for making and squaring up my pillows. Again, that's bonus, not required. For those that work with longer than the 42 with the fabric strips, Creative Grids also makes a 36.5 by 2.5. It's a yardstick. This is great for the non-standard with the fabric, and it's also great for squaring up your larger quilts, lap size and up. You get a longer line and making sure it's straight. I love it. I was surprised how often I've used this. I didn't think it would happen, and it's become so super handy. But this is an extra bonus tip if you are in the market and use those kind of fabrics often. Again, you can do it all still with your 24 by 6. The other ones just make it a little bit easier without buying all the rulers. Now, any questions, comments, please drop them below. I'd be more than happy to hear from you and to answer your questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way, when I upload new videos, you get notified right away. Thank you so much, and I hope you've enjoyed.